Sup guys, it's your boy Justin. So I was supposed to do an anime review today, but I don't know, I'm not kind of not in the mood to watch anime right now. I don't know, I was just watching it. I'm like, I just got bored, so I'm just gonna review the Samaritan movie, which is a 2022 American superhero film directed by Julius Avery. Do I know this? What movies has this guy done? He did Matchbox. Oh, that's short films. Son of a Gun, Overlord, and Samaritan. Never saw any of those. Well, aside from the latest one, obviously I saw that. Yeah, it stars Sylvester Stallone, Javon Walton, Pylos Acebik, Natasha Karam, Dasha Polanco, Moses Arias. Is that Moses Arias Smith? So, like, a lot of the actors in this movie, you're not gonna know, except for maybe the guy who was on Game of Thrones as one of my favorite characters, Aaron Greyjoy. I think it was Aaron Greyjoy. Yeah, Aaron Greyjoy, who looked nothing like he's supposed to look like in the books. Yeah. I feel they went for an actor who looked like Fionn, I guess, but it looks if it's like, I think he's like they look like they're close in age, dude. I don't know. So it's like, what the fuck? What's up with that? Yeah. So what did I think about this movie? Well, the movie is apparently based off an actual comic book by Mythos Comics, Samaritan, which is like, holy crap! I totally thought this movie was basically a rework of like Starlight, because like, for people who didn't know, Mark Millar did basically a Flash Gordon ripoff called Starlight, which was about this like aging guy who, when he was young, was an astronaut who crash landed on his planet and basically saved this group of people from an evil tyrant. Right? He eventually came back to Earth, but nobody believed his story. So, like 30 years later, his wife is dead. His kids hate him. But, you know, a kid shows up from the planet that he saved years ago, tells him, hey, there's a new tyrant. You need to come back. You need to come with me to save our planet again, right? So that was like the story of the Starlight, right? And apparently Stallone was supposed to be in a Starlight movie, but that never happened. Probably because Mark Millar sold his all this shit to fucking Netflix. So I totally thought all this that they, based off this trailer, they took basically the general idea of Starlight and just made like, you know, like a gritty action superhero movie, but set on Earth, right? So instead of like, you know, a fantasy, like a sci-fi fantasy planet, right? So that's totally what I thought that this movie was, right? But apparently it was actually based off a graphic novel. Because the movie, the superhero elements of this fucking movie felt so generic, though. Like, the movie is basically a combination of Dark Knight Rises, well, Gran Torino, Dark Knight Rises, and RoboCop. There's even like a RoboCop like arcade machine or pinball machine in the fucking movie, right? So like, the story of this movie is like in Granite City, which I liked that it wasn't New York. They actually came up with a fake like superhero name, like superhero city name, right? And in this city, it's like, you know, crime ridden, everybody's poor, like unemployment's on the rise, homelessness is on the rise. So you got this one kid who's like, mom is like a nurse, they're constantly broke, and he starts doing like, you know, small crimes to like help out his mom, right? Because they're constantly getting threatened to be evicted from their apartment, right? And in this, you know, world, like 30 years ago or 25 years ago, there was basically two brothers who had like superpowers, right? Well, basically super strength and healing factor, right? One was Samaritan, who was the good guy. The other one was Nemesis, who was a bad guy who had a hammer, right? Who could kill his brother. So like they were twins, and they had a falling out. One became a super villain, and they had a final battle in a burning building. Where it was thought that everybody died, right? Also, I forgot to mention Martin stars in the movie, but he's barely in the movie, right? Yeah, so the kid's a huge fan of Samaritan, despite being a criminal, of course. And you know, one day he gets his ass kicked, and this old man, Sylvester Stallone, saves him, right? And like seeing how strong Sylvester Stallone, who's an old garbage man, he thinks, hey, Stallone is Samaritan, and he tries to recruit the old man to get out of retirement and like save the city from these criminals, right? Who are huge Nemesis fanatics who are trying to start a revolution, and they want to destroy the city's central power grid, right? Because, you know, they want to throw the fucking city and the country into that part of the country into anarchy, right? So what did I think about the movie, right? Well, there's the whole reason I watched the fucking movie because of the thing I said in the beginning, and that like Film Gob said the movie, you know, had an interesting twist, right? Which I'm not gonna spoil the twist, but once you know, like, they're twin brothers, like the hero and villain were twin brothers, and that Sylvester Stallone's character is kind of an asshole. It doesn't exactly take a genius to make an educated guess what the fuck the fucking twist of the movie, right? Is, right? Oh my god. Which they had, like, you know, they had a flashback scene where you see a young CGI Sylvester Stallone, and it looks so bad. It's like, why don't these fucking companies just use the deep fake shit to make actors look young, man? Because like you see on YouTube, like people taking like using the free deep fake tech to make actors look young, right? Especially like in you know, Better Call Saul, because Better Call Saul is supposed to be a prequel to Breaking Bad, and like everybody looks fucking like 10 years older, obviously. So like you have people like using like deepfake to make all the actors look like Gus and fucking Mike look young and shit, and obviously Saul Goodman, and it's like the deepfake shit looks so fucking good. I don't know why these fucking studios don't save like a few fucking million and just use the deepfake shit. My only guess is, one, it would put like, you know, visual effects people out of work, or two, because like, you know, deepfake shit is free software. If they use it, maybe they can't fucking copyright shit. I don't fucking know. But it's like, dude, it's so like retarded that, you know, on people using free software on YouTube can do better fucking de-aging than the fucking studios, and the studios still fucking refuse to use deepfake, man. Oh my god. But like, yeah, like besides from that, like the action was good, the story was good, I guess. It could have, for a movie that's trying really hard to be like a modern day like Dark Knight Rises, fucking you know, RoboCop, it didn't have the, the punch, like the, the edge that those movies had. Because like I think this movie's like what, PG-13 or whatever, right? There was some cool shit in the movie, like the blackout bombs, which probably would have been able to kill Samaritan, right? But like, yeah. And one thing I know this is a thing where it's like not a lot of people are gonna bitch about this, but I just thought it was a wasted opportunity for them not to put like for Sylvester Stallone not to suit up in his old costume again. Or at least, like, come on, man. Especially since, like, the Stallone is, like, fucking old as fuck. You would have had an excuse to use a stunt actor for the stunts in the fucking movie, man. And they're like, oh no, we can't because we're trying to be like realistic and shit. It's like, fuck off with that shit. Could we not get him back in his old costume? I know he can't exactly use his old mask because the bad guy has both masks of Samaritan and Nemesis, but it's like, dude, like, come on, man. I don't know. I would have liked to see, like, especially since it's supposed to be a superhero film. Can we not get the supposedly like superhero, supposed superhero back in his fucking costume? Like, come on, man. But yeah. Plus, like, yeah, when they show the fate of one of the, because obviously Stallone is one of the survivors, right? When they show the actual death of like Stallone's brother in the film, it looks so pathetic. And like, this character was supposed to be a badass, like, well-respected character, and he just died like a bitch, dude. Oh, I thought that was kind of sad. But overall, I don't know, man. It's the thing where if you like superhero, if you're looking for something different from your, generic superhero movies, I think this movie is worth watching. But it's kind of like, dude, it's kind of like, I don't know what the fuck they were going for in this movie, because it's like, it's not exactly like Glass and Unbreakable, right, with its realism, but it's like, it's not, but it's like, dude, like, I don't know, man. It's like they just, which I think Glass and Unbreakable are better, like, superhero films than this. But yeah, I don't know, man. This fucking, like, if I were to give this movie a rating, it's a 6 out of 10. But then again, I'm not a huge fan of like Stallone. I'm more a fan of like Schwarzenegger and like Van Damme, honestly. But yeah, I don't know. The movie's okay. This has been a very, you would think post-COVID, we would get better fucking movies, but all the movies this year have been pretty, like, either average or like, almost good but not really. Man, I don't know. If you guys have any suggestions on, 2022 movies to watch, let me know, because like, I need to watch more 2022 movies, especially if I'm going to do a top 10 this year, which I don't even know if I'm going to be able to do a top 10, because I'm not going to do a top 10 movies and the movies on the list are like, 6 out of 10s, because it's just been like a average, like every movie just felt like average, right? I can't do that. Fuck that, man. I need some good movies, because like, so far the only movie I think I watched, the only movies I watched, like 2022 movies I watched that got higher than like a 6 is The Northman and fucking Nope, and that's it, man. I need like, actual good or bad movies to watch, man. Fuck. Alright guys, that's it. Peace.